So one of your recent investments from your new fund, I believe, is in a company called Yikodeen. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yikodeen footwear. Yes.
It's a manufacturer of safety footwear in Nigeria. Can you maybe tell us a bit about this company and what motivated you to invest in them?
Yeah, sure. So this is a business that locally manufactures safety boots for a number of sectors: power, manufacturing, oil and gas. And they also do back to school shoes for children. They also do athletic shoes. So it's kind of like a safety, not only safety boots, but a footwear factory across multiple use cases. And this business has now been around for about 9 years. And they're one of the few local manufacturing companies of safety boots that have been certified by the NCDMB, which is the National Content Monitoring Development Board here in Nigeria, to provide safety boots to the oil and gas sector. So there's a huge import substitution play where most of their competitors are imports. So they're able to really gain a lot of market share with what we've seen with the currency, where importers can't really compete. But also, because of the profile of their clients, also able to earn dollar revenues. And we've just been really impressed with the management team and how they've been able to grow the business over the last 3 or 4 years. And it was really just a working capital gap and also a production capacity gap that we were filling with our capital. So they had the capacity to do about 30,000 pairs of shoes annually, of safety boots annually before we invested. With our investment, we're actually 10xing that capacity. And we already have a significant order book of significant pent up demand where we can supply these safety boots and footwear too in terms of clients. So the strong order book, the import substitution strategy, their track record of strong revenue growth and profitability in terms of gross margins and EBITDA margins, and also just the size of the market where we see a huge opportunity not only in Nigeria, but where we can actually start exporting some of their products across West Africa as well. And in line with our gender lens thesis, it's, they have gender diversity in their management team. They have gender diversity in their workforce. So we're also going to be empowering women through the value chain as we increase this capacity in production as well. And then obviously that natural FX hedge where, a significant portion of their revenues are in dollars. It ticked a lot of boxes for us from a very strong fundamental business case, but also a lot of kind of import substitution and gender lines and gender lens alignment as well.
I've read that they are also benefiting from, first of all, oil companies in Nigeria being required to use more local suppliers, like
Local
local
content.
content,
Yeah,
and
correct.
that there's also apparently a trend in Nigeria where companies where their workers have a need for safety boots, or that there's bigger pressure on them to ensure that their workers have sort of the adequate
Health and safety standards
safe.
are being adhered
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, completely. So with that increased regulation and the needs for corporations to comply, we're very well positioned. But also through that certification from NCDMB, where they're essentially pointing companies to us because we're the only local manufacturer, that also gives us a very huge competitive advantage and a high barrier to entry as well.